Hi, this is BoxPred. Thank you for tuning in. This is my prediction video for the big fight that's happening this weekend. It's the final of the Super 6 World Boxing Classic Tournament. It sees the WBC and WBA Super World Middleweight titles both on the line, one belt held by each guy, and the fight is between Andre Ward and Carl Froch. My prediction for this fight is a victory for Andre Ward by decision. Now this is obviously a very highly anticipated, and rightly so, highly anticipated match between two of the top guys in the division. They've fought their way through this tournament, they've never given up, they've come through adversity, they've kept going right to the very end, and here we have both of these guys squaring off for the Super 6 trophy or cup, whatever you want to call it. Being from the UK, I am a big Carl Froch fan. I will be supporting him in this fight. There's no point in lying. He is one of my favourite fighters at the moment. I think he's really represented the UK very well. He is representing us across the world. He doesn't get the accolade that he deserves. He doesn't get the media attention that he deserves. And he definitely has a chance in this fight, make no doubt about it. Andre Ward needs to come fully prepared for a fight. Let's just start off by talking about Carl Froch. He is known to have a pretty good jab. He's known to have some power, although he hasn't had a knockout in the tournament. He, over his record, has decent power in his punches. He can obviously, like I said, he can go to war with you. You know, he can give as good as he gets. And he's defeated guys like Jean Pascal in war-like conditions. He's come out on top. I think he's better from the outside. I don't think he's as good on the inside. And he hasn't got the best speed, but what he does is he carries good, for his measures, good speed and good power going into the late parts of the fight. He has scored late knockouts, and if you watch his fights, he has good stamina, Carl Froch. He can go the full 12, and he can stay in there with you. He can still throw. He can pump those arms out, you know, right to the very end. He can keep working and working. You know, Carl Froch is the type of guy who's dangerous for the full 12 rounds. You don't just fight half a fight against Carl Froch and then coast. You can't afford to do that. You have to be on the top of your game for the full fight. You know, and make no mistake, Carl Froch should be prepared for this, and he's going to be in good shape as always. And you know, he's going to be giving Ward some problems. Looking at Andre Ward, the technically superior fighter, he can fight in many different styles. He can fight very well on the outside. He can fight very well on the inside. Has a decent jab. I think he has quicker hand speed than Carl Froch. Probably has better foot speed. In a boxing sense, he's probably technically the better fighter, the better boxer than Carl Froch. He also has some power. It's not as obvious as Carl Froch is over his career, but you know, let's make no mistake, Andre Ward is still a dangerous guy. He still has the power, the ability to hit you with punches you can't see coming. It's the type of for him, it's more the type of punch he throws than the power behind the punch, if you get what I mean. I think that you know, he's proved against guys like Sakio Bika he can fight on the inside, Alan Green he can fight on the inside. He's proved against guys like Kessler that he can fight on the outside as well. And you know, that's really the disadvantage of Carl Froch in this one, is that Andre Ward is going to have more game plans, the ability to adapt. He's more adaptable than Froch, in my opinion. And Ward will be able to choose whether to fight outside or inside. And it's going to be basically up to Carl Froch to make whatever Andre Ward wants to do to make it difficult for him. And if anyone can do that, it's Karl Froch. There's one key to this fight for me. You can pretty much forget everything I've said for now. The key to this fight for me is something that I've said about Karl Froch before now, and I will now say it again. I'm going to call it ring awareness. The ability to be aware of how the fight is going, and therefore the ability to perform to the standard you need to perform at. Not that you're capable of performing at, but to actually choose to perform at that level to win the fight. For me, Karl Froch has the ability, he has the stamina, he can win this fight, but what I think will prevent him from winning it, if anything, is going to be his lack of awareness of how a fight is going. And he has improved on this over the last couple of fights, but even saying that, against Glenn Johnson, you know, it just reminded me, I watch Karl Froch and I'm supporting him, and I'm thinking, you know, let's step it up now, Karl. You know, this is not a given. You haven't just won the fight. I believe it's this ring awareness that lost him the fight against Mikhail Kessler. That's my opinion. I think the ring awareness lost him that fight. I think if he had better ring awareness, he's still unbeaten. Okay? That's how important I think this factor is. And I think that Andre Ward has ring awareness, has the awareness to know when he needs to up his game, to know when he can coast a little bit, whereas I think Karl Froch tends to coast a bit too much for my liking. Like I said, if he has that ring awareness, he can cause Andre Ward his own fair share of problems, and he obviously has a chance to win this fight. But I think all of the advantages point to Andre Ward in this fight. I still do think that Karl Froch has looked good against guys who are not technically sound, like Arthur Abraham. Glenn Johnson is not bad technically, but he's not, you know, gifted outside fighter or anything. You know, he's not like a gifted puncher. He's more of a come forward, pressure you, relentless type fighter. You know, against a guy like Mikhail Kessler who can box a bit, he struggled. Against Andre Durrell, who is a very light-footed, quick fighter on the outside, Froch struggled. And against Andre Ward, I see Froch struggling because of the movement factor, the adaptability factor, and that all-important ring awareness. So they're my thoughts on this fight. I will be supporting Karl Froch. I really hope he can do it. I really hope we can get a guy from the UK winning this. If anyone deserves it, it's Karl Froch. He can do it. That's my biggest concern though, is that ring awareness. And he is at a disadvantage on a boxing level, but I don't think that can stop him winning the fight, because Karl Froch has a lot of heart. He has a good chin. He has a good punch, and you know, in boxing, sometimes it just doesn't matter. We saw Lamont Peterson beat Amir Khan. I thought Amir Khan was, you know, going to win that fight easily because he was technically superior. Doesn't turn out that way all the time. So, you know, come on, Karl, do it for the UK. But at the same time, I can respect that Andre Ward is a very good boxer, top of the division, and I think he's going to win this fight with a decision. Please let me know what you guys think. You know, how do you think this fight's going to go? Some guys picking Karl Froch for this. That's fair enough. This should be a really good fight. I'm really looking forward to this one. Let's hope we get another really good weekend of boxing, and this is the pinnacle of the weekend. Let's hope we have a real barnstorming end to this Super 6 World Tournament. It deserves it. It's been a great tournament, and despite the dropouts and stuff, it's been a really good tournament, and I really hope we get a really good ending to this fight, this tournament. Maybe even the type of fight where we're calling for, you know, rematches. You know, not controversially, but it was so good, you know, that we really want to see another fight between these two guys. That's what I want to see. So yeah, thanks for tuning in as always. Please subscribe if you like my channel, and please do leave me a comment on what you think. This is Boxbread. I'm out.